Hello. So, this is Doug, of course. But for any of you watching this video, what I'm going to take you through is the basic concept of luring, leash pressure, and teaching a dog to go to place. So the first thing I want to go over is I like to use a raised bed. I like the K&H. They're very reasonable. That's a large. It's a raised wood mesh. So that's the bed I like to teach a dog to go to place. And if you look, that's my back. That's my backyard. So when a dog comes in that I'm working with, such as a dog that's with me right now, and teaching place, I like to have a consistent place that whenever the dog goes in, or comes in, I should say, whenever the dog comes in, he's immediately instructed and helped to go to bed or place, whatever you're going to call it. I'm going to call it place for today. And ultimately, I think, well, if you don't know, pretty much consistency, repetition. Pretty much that's how dogs learn. Even if you don't use a marker system or a clicker, that's Gary that you see just laying down right now. That's the dog I'm going to be working with. He's been with me for now. This is coming up on his 6th day. I believe it's 6th day. I have to go back over. But so today I want to go over luring and leash pressure, teaching the dog to go to place, using a marker, and whether I'm using a treat as my primary reinforcer or I'm using praise, that's what you'll see. So first I want to go over using a treat. So I like to use Red Barn. It's very cheap. It comes in 4-pound rolls. You cut it up. I actually have an article and a video attached or linked in the article, how to cut it up, how to preserve it properly. So approximately that size, even though Gary's, well, he's about 40 pounds. He's supposed to be a mini Bernedoodle, but he looks a little bit taller than the normal mini Bernedoodle. So in order to treat the dog or to reward the dog, I like to hold it between my 2 fingers like that and then put my thumb over it. And when we talk about luring, all it is we want the dog to smell and try to lick or try to get it. And we want to manipulate the dog into whatever position or to wherever we want them to go. And then once they're there, we can use our clicker or our marker, or just reward them if you're not using a marker or a clicker. So again, I like to, in both hands, so I like to put my treat in between my forefinger, my ring finger. I'm sorry, my forefinger and my middle finger, not my ring finger, and just put my thumb over it. And I like to almost like have a little shovel. And this way, whether right hand or left hand, this way I can manipulate the dog wherever I want. So let's see if I can get Gary up. Gary, come. Good boy. Come. So Gary's very nervous, if you haven't seen him already. So I'm going to use a little bit of leash pressure, get him closer. Gary, come. Yes. So I use my marker, and now I'm going to release the treat. So we're going to work on going to place, and I'm going to use a reward, and I'm going to lure him over, okay? So I'm going to use the command before I make any movement. So I'm going to say the command, the verbal cue, or the obedience command before I make any movement and lure him to it. So I'm going to say, Gary, stand, sit, good. No, sit, good. No, sit, good, sit. Back, Gary, sit. So again, he's right away, we had talked about this last week, or the week he was before. He likes to do what he wants to do. So I'm just being clear with him. I said sit, not to lay down. Place. So again, I have my treat properly. Yes. So the second I have 4 feet on, I'm going to mark it. Now I'm going to ask him to sit. Sit. Good. Nope. Sit. Nope. Sit. Nope. Sit. Good. Nope. Sit. Good. Break. Yes, good boy. Now I typically don't reward the word break, because break is really, that's your reward in itself, letting the dog be a dog and getting off whatever you commanded. So again, I'm going to go back to holding my treat, and I'm going to lure him on to whether it's a verbal command or obedience command. This is pretty much teach him to go to place. So I'm going to lure him on. I'm going to mark it once I get all 4 feet on, and then I'm going to give him because he already knows it a little bit, I'm giving him a command to either lay down or sit. And if I say sit, he's got to sit, not lay down. And if I say down, he's got to lay down. That's very clear. If you're first starting, my suggestion is do this. Pretty much give the command, lure him on it, mark it, and let him make his own decision, because we're only teaching him to go to place. But because he's a little bit more advanced, I'm also giving him a verbal command to either sit or down. I want to get his attention. Place. Yes. Now, down. Good, down. Now the next thing is, you want to do reps, maybe 5, 6 reps in a row. Break. Yes, good boy. All right. And again, you want to get him back on bed. Place. Yes. Down. Yes. So I gave him his primary reinforcer after he downed. Break. Good. Place. Yes. So this tells me because I didn't lure him all the way over, this tells me now the work I've done and his owners have been doing, he's understanding place. If you notice, I didn't reward him, I didn't lure him all the way to the bed. Watch. Break. Yeah, good boy. Okay, so I'm going to give him a command. I got a treat in my hand. He knows I got food, so he's working for food. He's not working for me at this point. Place. So if you see, yes, I said place without any movement. He understands the word place now, at this moment, at this time in training. So again, I'm not asking him to sit down, so I let him make his own decision. So the first thing is to work close up. Get to the point where he knows to get to place without using a full lure, okay? So what you do is you're doing rep after rep luring, then you do a little less luring, then you do a little less luring, then before you know it, you're saying the verbal cue or the prompt or the verbal command, which is place in this option, and at some point you're not even using any help. So dogs learn first through all our body help, meaning our luring with the food, stepping towards it, whatever it is, or stepping towards him, or a head movement, making a down movement. So what we have to do is we have to slowly wean off that and still ask the dog to do what we're trying to teach him, so that it gets away from the physical body help, so he becomes taught just what the verbal cue is. Break. Yeah, good boy, Gary. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to show you leash pressure because he already understands. He understands the verbal prompt. So now, because I was here and I said the word bed, I'm going to take a step closer to the camera, but a step further away, and see if he can do it without any help at all. Nope. Him. Back up. Him. Back up. Good boy. Place. Nope. Place. So I had to help him. So what you just saw was just one step away changed the picture for the dog. So that means I have to be clearer when I start working further and further away, because the goal is that I can be in another room and say place, and he goes running to his bed. So what I just did was I took just one step away. Break. Good boy. Come on. Good. Yeah. Come on over here. Nope. Come on over here. So from here, place. Nope. Place. Yes. Good boy. Break. Come on. So now come. So I'm going to take a step away, meaning like a foot further away from the bed now. That changes the picture for the dog. So now I got to go back to making sure that I know he can get there, not saying place. I want to say it once and he gets there. So I'm going to get my food back out. Place. Yes. Good boy. Break. Come on, good boy. Yeah. So now I'm going to take another step away. So now you can't see me in the camera. Turn. Good boy. Sit. So again, I have my food out and I'm going to help him. Place. Nope. Place. Yeah, good boy. So now what I know is I know approximately 3 to 4 feet away, I have to work clearer with help. I have to step towards it. I have to lure him over it, but I'm not luring him all the way to the bed. So that's something you need to work on at home. Oh, don't fall on me. So that's something you need to work on, not only at home, but also if you're watching this video and your dog you're working. So we had worked his first week from this distance. So approximately, I don't know, say 2 feet away. And at first it was very close. So I would lure him all the way. I'd say place, all the way over, mark it, release. Reps, reps, reps. Next day, reps, reps, reps. Break. Come on. So over here, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Sit. Good. So over here, I know I need to be clearer with him. Place. Step. Yes. Good boy. Break. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Sit. Place. Yes. Good boy. Break. All right. Good boy. Okay. All done. All done. Good boy. So that was a great lesson to see where just changing up the distance from the bed, meaning getting further away, he wasn't able to just get there on the verbal command. I had to help him. But if I did 4 or 5 more of those, I could probably not have to lure him all the way. Meaning, I'm taking, if you can see my feet, so pretty much you're stepping towards the bed, your hands luring him, yes, when he gets on. But when you start stepping out further, you're still doing that, but you want to start reducing all that movement until he just clearly understands that place is to go there, lay down, and stay. So that's the first part, is getting him to go there. You're slowly building up distance away. You know, I would do 10, 15 reps every day to place. Then you're also building up time that he's going to stay on it, which is duration. So if I got a dog that will stay there for 30 seconds without him getting off when I'm moving around the house, I can't expect him to stay there for 5 minutes. I have to slowly build that up, just like that distance that we just talked about. We have to build up the distance from the place. And again, it's all through help first before he goes over totally verbal command. Same thing about any dog or Gary, because we're talking about Gary today, staying on that bed. Break. Break. So he's not understanding break until watch. I pick up the leash. Break. Yeah, good boy. So break is, we have to teach him. So you're doing 2 different exercises here. So to teach the place command, we're teaching slowly over time distance to go there. Always using your leash, because you don't. If he doesn't go, then we want to make sure he goes on the second one. I usually like to say, I'm not doing it right now, but I usually like to say no or if he doesn't go at the first one. And then the second one, I want to make sure he gets there through leash pressure. Come on over here, good boy. So meaning, if I said place and he didn't go from here, I'm going to say place, and then I'm going to use leash pressure. Yes, good boy. Yeah, break. And the second part is teaching them duration on the bed, because ultimately the goal is, for any owner, is to be able to send your dog to his bed wherever you are in the house, but also that he doesn't get off of it. So dogs don't learn to go from 1 foot away to automatically 10 feet away to go to place, and they definitely don't learn to stay on the bed if they've got a good 30-second to go up to 5 or 10 minutes. How you do that is you build duration and you build distance. And you do it the same thing as from the beginning. So each step, the goal is to not do all this, but to, good boy, you know, but at first you have to teach place. You're stepping towards it, you're luring the dog on, because the dog doesn't know anything. You mark it with your communication. Yes, you give a treat, and then you break them. And then you do a bunch of reps. And I stay there for a couple of days, and then I'll take 1 step away. Stay there for a day or 2. 2 steps away. But again, each time you step away, you want to go back to where you were in the beginning, giving all the help you can with your body and the, I got somebody calling me. Hopefully it's not interrupting my video. So we want to be able to pretty much lure and step towards it. But ultimately the goal is to reduce that, so you're not stepping towards it and you're not using that, and you just give them the verbal cue, the verbal prompt, or the command. A couple of things we call it, a few things we call it. So hopefully that explains it. So it's a two-part when you teach in place. This one's about teach in place and building up duration on it. The previous video was teach in place one, but also starting to teach the recall off of it. So this video right here, teach in place or bed command, whatever you want to call it, and then ultimately building duration that the dog learns to go to that bed or that place command and stays there until you give the break command. Come on, break. So he's still in a learning phase. Again, I'm using leash pressure on that. So luring is using food, place. That's luring, yes. He gets on it, I reward, and I mark it, reward, break. Leash pressure is just that, as you see. Sit. Leash pressure using a leash. Place. Yes, good boy, all right. Okay, so hopefully that explains everything. Hopefully my video didn't get cut off that bad. And again, this video was about teach in place and working on duration of the dog staying on the bed. Hopefully that explains everything. Thank you. Bye.